What is up, everybody? I'm Chronic Spartan, and welcome to the Geeky N8 Show. Let's get geeky.
Welcome one and all to the Geeky N8 Show with your host Geeky N8. Buckle up, it's going to be fun.
Hey Geekies! Welcome to another episode. We're sort of semi-regular right now. I don't know what's going on. But we have to make a video on the latest Pokemon trailer. Just absolutely fabulous, the stuff that they keep introducing to us in this game. So I guess I've got to kick off with the big part. We're getting proper multiplayer. Not just what we got in Sword and Shield or online battling or online trading. We're getting proper multiplayer. So we are going to be able to team up with 3 of our friends and work through the story together. We're going to be able to explore and catch the Pokemon. And I'm utterly surprised by this, which makes me wonder if this generation's gimmick is going to be something like quad battles. So it's 4 Pokemon out against 4 Pokemon. It could be very interesting if that's the case. I wonder if it will limit us to like only being able to bring in 1 Pokemon each, or maybe we get 3 each instead of the typical 6. I'm curious to see how that's all going to plan out. So hopefully the next time we get more information, we will know. The game cover art's been revealed to make it look like this old-timey book. I quite like it. Questionable about how the art of the Pokemon are. I think there could have been something a bit more cool about that. But still, I'm not going to beat it down. There's some interesting parts, and we'll talk about the new legendary Pokemon for this series a little bit later on in the video. So it kicks off and we're introduced to the new professors. So if you're playing Scarlet or if you're playing Violet, you will get a different professor. So you're going to get Professor Sada if you're playing Scarlet, and Professor Churro if you're playing Violet. So that in itself is interesting. Each professor is doing their own research and their own lore, so I'm wondering if this means that there will be some story differences, or at least lore differences that we'll have access to. That could be quite cool if that's the case. We then get introduced to the rival in this game, which is Nemona. This basically described as being a sunny, energetic disposition and is passionate about Pokemon battles. She's an experienced Pokemon trainer and serves as a friend and reliable guide for players on their adventure. So, you know, cool. And then we got a new Pokemon revealed, and I just love this little guy. So, picture up. This here is Pormy, and its Pokedex entrance is: in addition to the electric sacs in its cheeks, Pormy has electricity discharging organs in its forepaws. It generates electricity by rubbing its cheeks, then it shocks its opponents by touching them with the pads on its forepaws. The fur that covers its body is a good insulation against the cold and serves the purpose of storing electricity when it feels uneasy. This cautious Pokemon will begin rubbing its cheeks, preparing itself to discharge an electric shock. So this is our Pika clone for the generation. So it's on electric type, it's small, it's lightweight, its abilities will be static or natural cure, which are pretty cool. Then they revealed Lechonk, and I just love this guy. I absolutely think I'm going to have to run him in my team. He's our normal type. He's kind of a Snorlax clone, I would say, in this case. And his Pokedex entry is: Lechonk uses its sense of smell to find and eat only the most fragrant wild grasses and the richest berries. As a result of its dining habits, it has come to radiate an aroma resembling herbs that the bug-type Pokemon dislike. If attacked by an opponent and startled, it will charge forward in a panic. It may appear fat at first glance, but in reality, the Pokemon's body is mostly muscle built by constantly walking around in search of food. Nice. That's the goal I want to go for. This is just muscle. It's not fat. So yeah, he's a normal type, and his abilities are Aroma Veil or Gluttony. So I'm wondering what Aroma Veil will do in this case. I'm going to suspect it'll be something related to the statement about it causing bugs to dislike it. Maybe it weakens bug attacks. Then we get our new grass Pokemon, Smoliv. It's an olive. It's an olive Pokemon. And I like it. It looks cute, and I wonder how the evolution is going to go. Just like I'm wondering how Lechonk's evolution is going to go. So, Pokedex entry: the oil that comes out of its head has a very strong bitter taste, and it's not suitable for consumption. When startled or attacked, Smoliv will shoot this oil out, slowing its opponents down. It will then seize that moment to run away. In the fruit on its head, Smoliv stores oils made from nutrients it gathers through photosynthesis. As a result, it can go for a week without eating or drinking. It prefers dry and sunny climates, and it seems to spend its days sunbathing. So this is a grass normal type, which I think is quite an interesting combination. And we'll see how that goes. And its ability is just early bird. So that's pretty cool. Excited all about these lot. Which of these is your favorite? I think Lechonk is my favorite out of the lot. And if they keep with this art design, I am going to struggle to build a team because they're all going to be adorable, and they're just going to want every Pokemon in the team. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Okay, so there's also been some updates on the free starters. So I think I might have done a bit on their Pokedex entries in the last one, but we'll go through that again anyway, just in case I didn't. So Sprigatito is a I'm not able to say words today. Capricious and attention-seeking. It may sulk if it sees its trainer giving attention to a Pokemon other than itself. So this should be interesting. When Sprigatito kneads and rubs with its forepaws, a sweet aroma is released that can mesmerize those around it. This aroma has therapeutic qualities and makes opponents lose their will to battle. The composition of its fluffy fur is similar to plants, letting it create energy by absorbing sunlight. It adds moisture to its fur by grooming itself, which aids its ability to photosynthesize. So as we already know, it's a grass type. It's going to have overgrowth. Fuecoco is a laid back and does things at its own pace. It loves to eat and will sprint toward any food it finds with a glint in its eyes. External heat is absorbed by the square scales on Fuecoco's stomach and back, then converted into fire energy. These scales are always warm, and at times they can grow very hot. Flickering atop Fuecoco's head is fire energy that's leaking out from inside the Pokemon's body. When Fuecoco gets excited, its head spouts more flames. So again, it's a fire type. It's got the ability Blaze. I do wonder if they will have hidden abilities, but it doesn't look like it. And finally, Quoxley. This serious-mannered Pokemon will follow in its trainer's wake. Quoxley is tidy, and it especially dislikes getting its head dirty. Its body is always glossy because the gel secreted by its feathers repels water and grime. The coif on its head is slicked back using a rich, moist cream, and it becomes unkempt when dry. It has strong legs and can swim without difficulty, even in places with strong currents. In battle, it kicks its opponent swiftly and repeatedly, so it's probably going to have something like double kick. It's a water type with the ability Torrent. So those are all the bits about all of the new Pokemon so far. So let's hop in to the returning Pokemon, because we've got more returning Pokemon showing in this video. So it kicks off showing us Fletchling, then Flaffy, then Flabebe, which we had in the other trailer. We've got Chewtle, Larvitar, and Bagon being traded. Now, the trade was interesting because that was happening out in the open world. So it looks like we can just trigger trade with anybody at any point. So I'm going to be intrigued to see how that's working. There were Venonats running around. There was the Carkol from Sword and Shield. There was Toxapex, Cryogonal, Gengar, Lurantis, Pikachu, and then Fletching's final evolution, Talonflame. None of those seem to show any hints at being regional variants, and this is kind of the thing that's bugging me here. I want to see some regional variants. I really have enjoyed the regional variants, and I think we need more of them, and I think it will be interesting to see more of them. But at the moment, no hints of any of them being variants. They all look pretty much as you would expect them to look. So yeah, let's move on to the new legendaries. They look pretty cool, but there is diddly squat information about them, and it's really, really annoying. Really, really annoying, to be honest, because I would like to have their Pokedex entries or something else, but the game is like, you don't need that. So we have Koraidon. Koraidon looks like there's basically like a chainsaw wheel trapped in his chest. He's got feathers all over the shop, big scaly dragon-like piece, and then he's got two sort of whip-like horns. I think they're horns. They could be something else, but they look like horns to me. So he's probably going to be a fire type. If anything, he's a fire type. But then Miraidon. Miraidon looks pretty freaking awesome, in my opinion. He looks like a robot. He's got some kind of like jet engine legs. And he's clearly electric type. So I think he's going to be an electric steel dragon. I think that Koraidon will have a second typing. What I don't know is he going to be fire flying? Which it could be, I guess. Or is he going to be firefighting, maybe? Or fire ground? I mean, there's a bit of ground there, but he's got webbed feet, so he could be weirdly fire water. That could also be an option. So I don't know. I just don't know with him, or with them. And I'd like more information, Nintendo. Anyway, that's pretty much it for now. It does look, though, like by the time this game comes out on November 18th, I forgot to say it's coming out on November 18th, and we'll be getting the double pack. But it looks to me like we might be able to do a 4-player Nuzlocke. So this is not quite a promise, but if I'm able to, if this is right, if it is proper full multiplayer and not just multiplayer in the catching and not in the story, then we will be organising a 4-player Nuzlocke series, which will be on the channel, and I will let you know closer to the time who will be part of that. But if you're interested, you can email us at geeky8@gmail.com or message us on Twitter at geeky8. Or just comment below and we can work stuff out that way. But for now, what did you think of the trailer? I thought this was a pretty good trailer. Is there anything that I missed that you spotted in here? And what is your favourite of these new Pokemon? I think for me, it's a fight between Lechonk and Palmy. They're just adorable. It's all going to be down to their evolution. Really, I kind of feel that Palmy might turn into some like bear, kind of electric cuddly bear or something. I don't know, but we will see. But something that one of my friends mentioned to me is that they're getting a feeling that the game is possibly going to be built around the past and the future. And that's an interesting part, because if you look at like Professor Sada's design, which we've got up now, versus Churro's, so Sada looks very like it's caveman like outfit versus Churro's like full body suit electric type. And then you look at the legendaries for each of the games, and again Miraidon looks like he's from the far distant future, while Koraidon looks quite set in the past. We're gonna have to let the dog in. He's interrupting again. So we're gonna sign off at this point. Let us know if you think that there's something in that with the future past element. And until next time, keep it geeky.
Keep it